Hello viewers, welcome to Tradabulls. So today and yesterday, both days Nifty was closed below 25,000 mark, which is one big round number, big psychological number. And both days market traded in the view of 25,000 as a center point. And today Nifty was created a small range because of Bank Nifty was up by more than 1%, whereas IT was down by more than 1.25%. So first let us see the trends. So the shorter term time frames, the final call from Tradabulls application is indicating bearish plus. So whereas daily is bearish plus and weekly as bearish plus and monthly as bearish plus plus. So as of now, application the final call indicating for Nifty it is no longs. And Bank Nifty today the trend was little bit changed. For daily it is indicating bullish plus plus, whereas weekly and monthly are indicating bearish plus and bearish plus. So action wise, so as per weekly it is saying no action, and as per monthly it is no longs. And IT daily it was down by more than 1.3%. So that's why it is indicating bearish plus plus for daily, whereas weekly and monthly are indicating neutral. So the action is indicating no action. So as per Nifty 50, today it was whole day it was traded between 61.8% to 23.6% of yesterday's range. So it was a small range, around 150 points range created, and monthly, weekly it didn't touch any of the Fibonacci retracement and extension values, whereas in monthly it was closed below 25,113, so which is 23.6% of last month's range. So in trader view, so we have 25,113, which is 23.6% of last month's range. So last 3 days or 4 days it was closed below that point 25,113 and 25,330, 25. If it is closed above 25,113, the next probable numbers would be 25,335 and 25,515. So 24,753 was one of the important levels. So in our previous analysis also we clearly mentioned that market may take support at 24,753 and 24,670 to 24,950. So the recent low exactly it was took support at 24,694 level. So which is in between 24,950 to 24,672. So as long as it holds that level 24,672 level, we may see little bit technical bounce from the markets, and generally the bounce would be 50% of the swing. So the recent swing was more than 1500 to 1600 points. So the all-time high was 26,277 and recent low was 24,694. So about 1600 points range was created for this latest swing. So generally if there are any technical bounces happen, so 50% of the swing will be covered. So out of 1600 points, 50% is around 800 points. So when we compare, when we add the recent low to 800 points, so somewhere 24,700 to another 800 points. So 25,500 would be the technical, up to that area, the technical bounce may happen. So which is clearly indicating the 50% of last month's range, that is 25,515. So 25,500 would be the next probable technical bounce for Nifty, but it should close, at least it should close, at least one day it should close above 25,113. So as long as it holds in between 25,753 to 25,113, we may expect some consolidation. That is what happening since last 3-4 days. So clearly it was not closing either above 25,113 or below 24,753. So Nifty clearly indicating somewhat consolidation. So on daily basis, we are expecting the breakout either 25,113 or 24,753. So for banks, banks also closed above 51,500 mark. So 51,530. So 51,530 is just indicating above 23.6% of last month's range. So 51,935 is 38.2% range. So when we compare the latest swing, so the recent high was 54,000, close to 54,500 mark. So 54,467. And the recent swing low was 50,194. So let us say 50,200 to 54,500. So more than 4,300 points range was created. Out of that 4,300 points, so 50% swing is indicating about 2,150 points. So we may expect some technical bounce from the recent low to another 2,150 points. So 50,200 to another 2,150 points means, so somewhere 52,500 to 52,400 we may expect. So which is clearly indicating 52,400 is clearly indicating 50% of last month's range. So Nifty we may expect 25,500, which is 50% of last month's range, and Bank Nifty also we may expect till 52,400, which is 50% of last month's range. So IT, the recent high to recent low was high was 43,645 and the low was 41,631. So close to 2,000 points latest swing happened from IT. So we may expect some technical bounce, that is 1,000 points. So today exactly it happened. So from recent low to 1,000 points means 41,630 was the recent low, and another 1,000 points means around 42,630. So today's high is also exactly somewhere 42,880. So some technical bounce happened, 50% of technical bounce happened on Nifty IT, and from there it was a huge profit booking. So that causes more than 1.25% negativity today on IT. So let us see, 50% is indicating 42,630 level. So today's high is also indicating 42,880. So what happened today on Nifty IT, similar kind of technical bounce we may expect on Nifty as well as Bank Nifty. So for Nifty, technical bounce we may expect till 25,500 mark, whereas in Bank Nifty we may expect till 52,400 mark. So coming to major indices. So sentiment wise, 27 out of 50 are negative and 22 out of 50 are positive on Nifty today. So major indices, Bank Nifty was up by more than 1%, whereas IT was down by more than 1.25%. So that clearly indicates no much momentum on Nifty. So just flat note, it's 0.1% positivity. And as per last 4 days data, Nifty was clearly indicating 30 out of 50 were on negative side and 20 out of 50 are closed on positive side. Majorly downside contributors are Reliance, ITC, Titan, HUL and Tata Steel, whereas positive side M&M, Kotak Bank and Bharti Airtel. So anyhow, since closing of that Friday till today, just indicating 16 points lost, and which is indicating 0.1% negative, very flat note. After a big red candle, so as of now, the last 4 data is indicating a flat close. So tomorrow is most important day since it is a weekly candle close. So if it closes somewhere 25,000, we may expect the next 500 points upside in the next week. And so banks, today HDFC Bank was up by around 1.8%, whereas Kotak Bank was up by more than 4%. So both together contributed about 500 points on Bank Nifty out of 523 points. So almost all these two banks contributed more than 500 points out of 523 points. So remaining all are almost all neutral to positive. And when we compare last 4 days data, so like Nifty, Bank Nifty also closed on flat note. So the Friday's closing to today's Thursday's closing, it is just up by around 0.1%. So both Nifty as well as Bank Nifty both were closed just flat closing. So tomorrow's closing would be the most important. And positive side, Kotak Bank, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank. So all private sector banks contributed positive side for this week. And Federal Bank, IndusInd Bank, very slight contribution. And SBI was still on flat to positive note. And IT, so today completely it was on downside. So Infosys was 200 points negative side contribution out of 500 points. And Techem around 39 points, 100 points, TCS around 61 points downside. Whereas on weekly data, so last 4 days, IT was little bit better comparatively last week. So HCL Tech, LTI Mindtree, Persistent, Coforge were on positive side, whereas Wipro and TCS were on negative side. So coming to index top 10s, so today's intraday data was indicated 6 out of 10 were closed on negative side for Nifty, and weekly 6 out of 10 were closed on negative side, and monthly 7 out of 10 were closed on negative side. So here 4 are indicating in neutral as per weekly's data. So Infosys, Bharti Airtel, Axis Bank and SBI are showcasing on neutral side. So coming to heat maps, so today's top performers to poor performers. Kotak Mahindra Bank was up by more than 4%. HDFC Bank was up by more than 1.8%. Maruti, Power Grid and M&M. Whereas top losers, Cipla, Techem, Sun Pharma, Hero Motors, more than 1.5% to 3.5%. So last 4 days data when we compare, Divi's Lab was up by around 10%. Last 4 days data. M&M was around 6% up, LTI Mindtree was around 4% up, Kotak was around 3.7% up. On downside, Titan was down by around 6%, Tata Steel was around 4.5%, SBI Life was around 3.5%. So that's all about today's analysis. So now market is in little bit technical bounce zone. So we are expecting 25,500 would be the next target for Nifty as long as it holds the recent low, that is 24,700. If it breaks that recent low, we may expect further fall another 1,500 points, whereas Bank Nifty is also indicating somewhat looking for a technical bounce till 52,400. So 52,400 for Bank Nifty would be the 50% of last month's range, whereas 25,500 was the 50% of last month's range on Nifty. So already IT was cleared that technical bounce today, and after that it was a huge profit booking, more than 1.25%. So tomorrow or next week we may expect some little bit technical bounce on Nifty and Bank Nifty towards positive side. So that's all about today's analysis. We'll meet on next analysis. Thank you so much.